What is up, everyone? Welcome into the video. And in this video, we're going to be predicting the matchup between Oklahoma and Alabama. This game is going to be at Alabama. The spread is Bama minus 5.5. Money lines, Bama is minus 225 and OU is plus 180. The over-under is 45.5. All right, let's get into this game. Let's start with Oklahoma on offense. All right. What's John Mateer? We know what Heisman contending John Mateer is with a healthy hand. He's arguably the best quarterback in college football. But you've seen a dip in his production, and that's for good reason. He's, a little over a month post-op? That's hard to play football with, especially as a quarterback. He can run the ball well. We knew that he's been doing that since he's been contending for the Heisman. So, what is he today? Can he get the ball to his guys? Isaiah Sategna, Deion Burks, Jaron Kanek at tight end. Those are, two receivers, but three legitimate receiving threats for Alabama today. Running the ball, Xavier Robinson, he's a sophomore running back. He's kind of exploded onto the scene here. They haven't had a run game all year, and he's kind of brought up a new life to that. Part of that is because of part of the not having a run game is the fact that the O-line is not great. Subpar O-line. Sometimes they get the job done. Sometimes they don't. Passing the ball, they're not bad. They're not bad in pass pro. Not great. Just a subpar O-line. Okay. Defensively for this team, Kip Lewis leads the team in tackles, and he's a linebacker. But the main focus I want to put on Oklahoma is their pass rush. You have three dominant pass rushers who would start on any team in the nation. R. Mason Thomas is the headliner of the group. You got Marvin Jones Jr., and you also have Taylor Wine. All of these guys, like I said, are all SEC caliber. They pose a threat for any offensive line. Bama's offensive line we know is really good. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But this pass rush can get going against anybody, and it's going to pose a giant threat to Bama. Robert Spears Jennings, in my opinion, is probably Oklahoma's best DB. He plays safety. But these corners are susceptible. We saw that in the Ole Miss game. Ole Miss took advantage of them, and that was the report going into that game. And a lot of people, such as myself, were skeptical about the fact that they would be tested, obviously they were going to be tested, but that they were not up to par, and it looked like that was the case. So, there's bad games, but we'll see how it goes. Ty Simpson's the quarterback that will pick you apart if you are susceptible to big plays. They rank 35th against the pass, so not horrible, but they're second against the run. And Bama already cannot run the ball, so that's a big time stat right there. Will it matter though? Because Bama hasn't made not being able to run the ball a big deal. Let's shift over to Bama here. Offensively, Ty Simpson, in my opinion, is the Heisman right now. He's only thrown one pick. It's weird because he's a game managing quarterback, but he can also make the plays. Usually it's one or the other. Either you have a gamer or you have a game manager, and he's both. So that's really unique. Like I mentioned, they don't really have a run game. Jam Miller is playing, but he's obviously not 100%, and they just really haven't been able to get that running game going. And at this point, I don't think it's going to. They're just going to have to live by the pass, and they've done a good job. They've done a good job extending the run game into screen passes, bubbles, behind-the-line stuff, which can help supplement for the run game. Catching the ball for these guys, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, we know those two. But Lightsair Brooks and Isaiah Horton. Isaiah Horton's a transfer in from Miami. If you don't know that by now, that's there. Both have been really good, supplementing Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard, giving them breathers, coming in and making good plays. Ty Simpson's able to get these guys the football, and Oklahoma's going to have to find a way to stop it. this receiving group is as talented as Oklahoma has seen, and if they can't cover Ole Miss, they're going to have a hard time covering Bama. Moving on. Oh, I forgot to mention, like I said, they have a great offensive line. So Oklahoma's pass rush against this offensive line is going to be a key matchup because these are two of the best units in the nation. Defensively, excuse me. I love this linebacker room for Bama. Yonze Pierre, LT Overton, Justin Jefferson, three great linebackers. Quay Rasal, I believe, is still hurt. I don't think he's playing in this game, but when he gets back, I mean, that's just unfair. In the defensive backfield, Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb. Bray Hubbard plays strong. Keon Sabb is corner. Damani Jackson, I mention him in every video that I do for Alabama because he's one of my favorite players in the nation. Talent-wise and at his best, I think he might be the best corner in college football, but he's extremely inconsistent. So which Damani Jackson shows up, I guess we'll find out here in a few hours. They're 8th against the pass, which is obviously really good. 46th against the run. So that leaves a little bit of room for Xavier Robinson to get going. Is Bama going to shut it down, or are they not? Obviously, that's the question. All right, let's get into a few more questions I have in this game before I give you my prediction. I've already mentioned, can Oklahoma run the football? That they're going to have to run the ball to help Mateer because Mateer's not at 100%. He is a part of that run game, though, so it's going to be interesting to see how many carries he gets in his own, especially design carries. How effective is John Mateer? Is he able to throw the ball over the yard like he used to be, or is he taking checkdowns on 3rd and 13? Is he taking checkdowns on 3rd and 9? Can he get the ball across the middle without it getting picked by that great, talented linebacker room for Alabama? Very interesting to see. Will Ty Simpson carve up this OU secondary? Like I said, Ole Miss was able to do their thing. Trinidad Chambliss cut him up. And a lot of it was intermediate plays where Oklahoma wasn't able to tackle, and they went the distance. What's it going to be here? Oklahoma's pass rush. Obviously, they're great. Can they get home against a really good offensive line? Can R. Mason Thomas work against Caden Proctor? That's going to be a beautiful matchup to watch. That if you really love football, that's going to warm your heart. And just in general, can OU secondary cover? I know it's been pretty redundant, but I think it's the key to this. There's two keys to this game. OU's pass rush and Alabama's O-line, and OU secondary and Alabama's receivers. Whoever wins those two battles, that's who's going to win this football game. And in my opinion, it's Alabama. I think Alabama wins, and I do think they cover the 5.5. I'm pretty confident in this game. I bet this game myself, so I'm taking Bama minus 5.5. There's not great money on the OU money line. Obviously, any plus odds is going to be a higher payout, but plus 180 is not that high. And for me, I don't think it's going to happen. So if I knew, I bet Bama minus 5.5 along with me. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps the channel. Jesus saves. God bless.